Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about work from home tools. This is a topic I've covered before, but I wanted to give you an updated version about the tools that you should be looking at to be able to work effectively from home. Now, a lot of us have spent a year working from home. We've gotten used to a lot of tools, but maybe we have some areas where we can upgrade or add some value. Maybe we have certain routines we need to get out of and start developing some better routines to adapt to year 2 of working primarily from home. So if that's the case for you, if you're thinking about your work from home routine and you know you need to make some changes and you know you need to adapt to a longer term strategy to working from home, let me share with you these tools. So I'm going to divide them into 6 parts. Number 1 is tools that help you stay organized. 2 is tools that help you stay connected, tools that help you work from anywhere, tools that unlock your creativity, tools that help you take leadership, and tools that share your story. So that's what we'll talk about today. And this is based on my experience. Again, I've been working from home on and off for over 20 years. For most of my time at Wells Fargo, I had the opportunity to work from home, being one of the perks of being in upper management and being someone who had the ability to travel quite a bit and having to work from the road, doing different IT and data stuff. I set up my first business remotely. I've had an office on and off for the past 10 years, but I've worked every day from wherever I'm at for the last 10 years of my own business as an entrepreneur. So these are my tips based on my experience, both adjusting from a corporate office as well as having my own small business office, but still predominantly working either from home or in certain times a coffee shop or a library or somewhere else where you can have the ability to focus on your business. So number 1 is you have to stay organized. This is the most important one. Now, if you're struggling to be organized, if you're not always on top of things, if a lot of things fall through the cracks, if you're always trying to play catch up, one of the things you're probably not using, or at least not using effectively, is a project management tool. I use Trello to manage all my tasks and communications with my team so that I can see where people are at and what they're doing on. They can report to me when they're finished. We can share and talk about revisions. We also use Google Drive for that to some extent, and I have my own personal to-do list in an Excel spreadsheet because I've always used Excel since I first came out back in the mid-90s. I just am comfortable with it. But Trello is our primary tool. A lot of people use things like Basecamp or Asana to be able to manage their projects. Bottom line is you want to have a tool that allows you not only to organize your own tasks so that you don't let things fall through the cracks, but you can share easily with your team or with your coworkers or your clients so they can also benefit from your organization. So number 1 thing you have to do, and if you've been working from home successfully, this is something I'm sure you attest to, you have to have a good project management tool. Whichever one you prefer or people that around you use, they all have their pros and cons. Again, I prefer Trello, but basically, as long as you're doing something to track all your deliverables and to make sure that you're not letting things fall through the cracks, that's how you stay organized. Number 2 is messaging tools, right? So you want to stay on top of things, right? And there's so many tools, it can be a little overwhelming. Luckily, most of my team and most of my clients all use Facebook Messenger. That's our primary mode of communication. We also text each other sometimes, especially some of my clients. Sometimes we use email. Sometimes we use WhatsApp or other tools like LinkedIn. But 90% of my communication, both between me and my employees and me and my clients and my employees and my clients, is through Facebook Messenger. It just works as we all have it. But whatever tool you use, make sure you use it effectively. There are a lot of cons to using Facebook Messenger. It's not easy to search previous conversation points. It can get overwhelming when you mix a lot of conversations together and having to find certain ones. It can also be a challenge because you can't really archive it very effectively. You can archive images that you share with people and you can look at that, but it's still not all that well designed for business. It's really a tool based for chatting between 2 people in a casual conversation, and we just adapted it to business. There are other ones that are more effective for business. Some people are using Telegraph, some people are using WhatsApp, some people still use Viber or Line, or they use Discord. There are a lot of tools out there to be able to connect. Just make sure that you have one where most of your clients are and most of your team is, and use that effectively. Number 3 is work from anywhere, because you can have cloud storage, right? The cool thing is that we used to have to be limited to what we could have on our laptop, or if we worked for a bigger company, what we can access from a corporate drive. Well, now with cloud storage, you could basically work from anywhere, right? You can, as long as you can get to the internet, you can pull up stuff either in Google or iCloud or Dropbox or any number of other tools that allow you to store, and not just store, but share large documents, right? It used to be a problem to email large documents like videos or big images or big Excel files or spreadsheets. That is no longer the case anymore. Now that we have the ability to store things on the cloud, we can pretty much work from anywhere. So make sure that you're using the best one. Most of them are free to start, and they all have a charge to upgrade to be able to have more storage or more access. Google Drive is by far and away the most popular. Although some people use Amazon, some people use Apple, some people still love to use Dropbox. It's really what you're most comfortable with. And again, what are your clients using? Usually is what you should try to mimic as well. So take advantage of all the cloud storage, right? Don't be limited to what you can store on your laptop or your phone. You can get a lot more done for a lot more people if you're using a common cloud storage service. Number 4 is graphic design, right? We should all become our own artists to some extent. Now, I don't do a lot of the graphics. Like all the graphics you're seeing here in this video are done by one of my virtual assistants, but we should all have an idea of how to use some of these cool graphic tools. There is Stencil, there is PicMonkey, there is Canva, the most popular tool. Of course, Adobe's got a suite of products. Some of them cost a little bit, but as long as you're trying to play around with graphics, to look at your brand and make sure that you're using colors that are engaging, make sure you have clean, easy to read graphics, do things that allow you to share what you have up here and what you feel and hear with other people through graphics. Now, you don't have to always use them on your own. If you're not artistic like me, you hire a VA to do this for you. But basically, you want to be able to have a lot of imagery, a lot of things that are catchy. People will watch videos more than anything else. People will click on things with photos more than text, right? So you want to keep those things in mind and use some of the cool, mostly free graphic design tools. The next one is basically online meeting, right? So online meeting places where you can go to have online events. There are the two biggest ones are Eventbrite and Meetup. There are other ones out there which allow you to schedule, host online meetings. The best thing about Eventbrite is it captures email addresses of all the attendees. So it builds you a lead list, and you can use the Eventbrite feature to build a CRM within Eventbrite to invite people to multiple events over time. You can actually get them to subscribe to your channel. Meetup's a little bit more designed to have conversations with people in a geographic location or a certain type of niche that is more focused than you see on Eventbrite a lot. So, but Meetup is also still pretty powerful. Both of them are relatively easy to use. Both of them do have a premium feature, which you need to really take advantage of if you want to be a regular meeting organizer or event manager. But if you're doing that, if you're having a lot of online events, you're probably using Eventbrite, and you probably are thinking about or have used Meetup. Those are the two biggest ones. The next thing is to share your story, right? So how do you actually interact with people? You can obviously make videos like this one and put it on YouTube. We'll talk about that in a bit. But when you talk about sharing your story where you're having people interact, or you're trying to get in front of an audience of people that can see you in effective real time, right? So the biggest video conferencing tools out there, and there are numbers, the two that I use are Zoom and StreamYard. Basically, you want to make sure that you have a video conferencing tool that you can take the recording and then repackage it, right? If you do a Zoom call with other people, whether it be you're sharing information or you're part of an event, a conference, if you're having some kind of event where you're having a bunch of other experts speak, you want to record that and then repurpose it and put it on a YouTube channel. If you're doing it through StreamYard, it's even better because they have more interactive tools that allow you to have a bit more engagement than Zoom does. Zoom does have a chat box, and Zoom does allow you to share things, but it's not as slick as StreamYard's. That's why I use StreamYard when I want to host big events where I have a lot of interactivity. If I'm just having a conversation with people, simple mind knowledge dump from experts, I'll use Zoom for that. But I'm always keeping an idea. Not only do I want to share my story now, but I want to capture that and share it later, which gets me to the last point that I'll make really is, what do you want to do to grow your business, right? What do you need to do so that you can get out there and be in front of more people, that you can have ability to interact with more clients, to have a deeper relationships with them? How can you be better on top of working with your team? You need to be able to figure out what you can do to use these tools to work the best you can. When you're working from home, you also need to grow your business. And for a lot of us, that will mean hiring a virtual assistant. That's why I put together Sonic VA. Sonic VA, SONICVA.com. Sonic VA is basically a virtual assistant business where we let you focus on what you do best by hiring us to do all the rest. We help our clients develop more consistency, have more clarity and deliver more certainty in their services and their solutions through virtual staffing. We can help you do analysis of your business. We can help you set up online meetings. We can help manage your social media. We can create engaging graphics. We can help you make YouTube-ready videos. So if you do a Zoom call, or if you do something on StreamYard and you're putting content out there in the universe, you want to have that captured and put into YouTube. YouTube's the best place to have a library of all your content that people can access to binge watch what you deliver. So that's my talk for today. I want to thank you for your time. Now go out there and think about the tools that you're using so you can be even more successful working from home.